Ironically enough, Prince Charming also the nickname of our next guest, Corey Hirsch, radio analyst for the Vancouver Canucks. Basically, the only real star of Sportsnet 650 out in Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
So he tells us.
Wow.
Don't get mad at us, guys.
Sabalski throwing.
It was Hirsch that sent me the email.
God.
I will only come on if you refer to me as the
Andrew
only real
Walker,
star.
You're just throwing
I'm a
stones.
huge Sabalski Walker guy.
Oh, yeah.
But his ego's gotten out of control. Corey Hirsch joining us. How you doing, Corey?
I am doing great, gentlemen. How are you doing? And it's about time everybody got this right, that I am the star at Sportsnet 650.
By the way, everything I said previously was kind of
It's about time.
It's about time, man. All right, let's begin with the kid. Let's begin with Boeser, right? And people forget, Corey, 2 healthy scratches to start the year. Yeah. The preseason didn't end well for him when the team got back from China. He didn't. He was a little slow, and Travis Green didn't put him in. Did you see any of this really coming from him?
Well, I think we all know that there's a talent there, and what happened was he was a scratch for the first game. So I think Coach Travis Green was kind of showing a little bit of his muscle there, and that he was in charge. And then they won. So then he got scratched for another game. So I think the initial plan was only one, but this kid has exceeded beyond expectations. I mean, to go to the All-Star game and to play with those guys, and I think he put over $500,000 in his pocket. He gave his sister the car. I'm like, Brock, dude, I need a car. Like, just give me the car. But what he's done here, he's given this organization hope. Like, they haven't had a player. They've had good players, but they haven't really had anyone, a single talent like this since Pavel Bure. A guy that you would watch that brings you out of your seat every night, because every time he has the puck, I mean, this kid can score.
Pavel Bure is a nice name to throw out there for Canucks fans. Is this giving them, like, listen, we all kind of looked at this season and understood that it probably wouldn't end in the playoffs. They got off to a great start under Travis Green. They showed a little bit of moxie early on, but does this give Canucks fans hope? They knew they had Bo Horvat. He ends up getting hurt, and now, I mean, you couldn't have asked for more from Boeser. Is this a little bit of hope?
Yeah, no question. And they've done a really nice job, though. And not only Brock Boeser, the Elias Pettersson kid today broke a record over in the Swedish Elite League for points by a rookie. So they've got kids coming. This organization is about 2-3 years away from being a really, really talented hockey club. And just to see, this kid's like, he's an Ovechkin. He's a Brett. Every time the puck's on his stick and he has a chance to score, amazing. And we were playing against LA the other night. He gets cross-checked in the corner. Trevor Lewis takes a penalty. He goes on the power play, and he just blows one by Darcy Kemper, gives a little look over to Trevor Lewis in the penalty box. And it was just impressive, because you're not going to, you can't phase the kid. He's going to go out there and he's going to score on you if you try to run him or do other things. And he's a tough kid, and he's a humble kid, and he's great in the locker room too.
Corey, 2 things. First, the LED lights behind you really bring out your eyes as you're doing this interview. I know the people at home. It's just lovely what they're doing at Rogers Arena.
You're making me nervous.
No, it's a debate, but it's like
you should feel nervous.
It's like you're coming out and like doing your set at Lollapalooza. It's fantastic. Secondly, Travis Green. I'm curious, how much credit does he get for this? Because people forget, Boeser got there last year under Willie. He scored late in the year too. So it's not like it's specific to Travis Green, but how has Travis Green helped move this along, so to speak?
Well, Travis Green was a scorer in the National Hockey League too, not quite as prolific as Brock Boeser, but Travis Green could score. That was one thing he could do. So he's been able to put Brock Boeser in positions on the power play, just giving him little tips and everything. And then you kind of have to let Brock Boeser go and do his thing. And sometimes coaching is not coaching. It's just stay out of the kid's way. So there's a little bit of everything. But Travis Green, what he's done really well here is his line matchups, getting Brock Boeser in the right situation, getting him playing with the right people. And it's not just Brock. I mean, somebody has to get Brock the puck to score, but it's up to the coaching staff to get him in the right position. This team's power play, I think, is 5th in the National Hockey League right now. And give credit to Coach Newell Brown, who's assistant coach, power play coach, because he's done a great job. And that comes down to getting a player in a position to score and using his talents.
All right, speaking of kids, and Nathan MacKinnon is still a kid despite how long he's been around the game, just 22 years old. They're in town tonight riding pretty high. Where do you think this Avs team ends up? Is what we've seen since the Duchesne trade a sign of things to come for this squad?
Well, to me, for Colorado, it depends on their goaltending. If they get goaltending, this team can score. They're a good hockey club. Since MacKinnon, since the Duchesne trade, I'd heard before that him and Duchesne, they would pout if one got more ice time than the other. Like it. So I think you've solved that problem, and I think McKinnon's shown that they did the right thing. He's a fast player. He's a good player. He's showing the league what he can do now on his own. But I see them probably squeezing into the playoffs. But again, Varlamov's supposed to be back pretty soon. Not tonight, but I think it sounds like he's ready to go. And it's going to depend on goaltending for this Colorado team.
Corey, let's look more league-wide here. I mean, you played goal in this league. You're one of only one person in this conversation who played goal in the National Hockey League. The interference story that's kind of continuing here, that was brought up again during All-Star Weekend, I don't know how they could avoid it. What's your take on what's going on here, and how do you fix it?
Well, to me, nobody knows what goaltender interference is or what it isn't. And I think what you need to do is that if a player is in the crease, the offensive player, he has to be able to get out of the way. They're going to do a horn here right now in a second, so give me.
Whoa. Oh boy.
That was for me in Sportsnet 650 again. Yes, thank you.
Stop tooting your own horn, Corey.
But yeah.
I thought you were going to swear. I was bleeping you out.
Hey. A player has to be able to. They got to get out of the. I don't care if you're pushed in. I don't care if anything. You cannot touch the goalie while he's trying to make a save. If he's.
All right, I think we have lost, unfortunately.
Either that or he's a wonderful mime and has chosen to freeze himself.
Can't hear me.
Oh, we got you, Corey.
We froze there, Corey. Sorry.
We got it. We got me back?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Corey. We didn't pay for the internet upgrade.
First world
Sorry
problem.
about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue your thought. My apologies. Goaltender interference. You were saying?
Until that hornet re-interrupted us. The player that goes into the crease has to make every effort to get out of the offensive player. You cannot touch the goalie, in my opinion. You can go into the crease to get the puck, but you have to make every effort to get out and not touch the goalie. If the goalie's in the white paint and you clip him, hey, that's too bad. He's in the white paint. That's a goal. That's just the way it is. But if he's in the crease, you cannot touch him, and as an offensive player, you have to make every effort, if you're pushed in or whatever, to get out of it.
Now they have queued up the music to go along with the horn.
Absolutely.
What do we got going on there?
This is unbelievable. It's
like they know
beautiful.
you're on right now. Like they're watching up in the operations booth.
They're laughing their asses off, right? They're pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Like, watch this one, right?
Yeah, we'll see if the true star of 650 can handle this.
But I'm a professional, damn it.
Yeah.
All right. I've been called a professional before. Professional what? I'm not sure. One day I'll find out. Corey, we appreciate it. I apologize for the technical stuff. We love you, buddy. Take care. Let's do this again.
Awesome. Thanks, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
There is the wonderfully talented and good friend Corey Hirsch joining us from Vancouver.